Aloy. Oh my god. Oh, and we said to Beta we'd shoot her and we can't.
Tilda, get Gaia and Hephaestus ready for transport.
Fuck!
Tilda!
I failed. Hush. All is not lost.
Tilda! What the hell are you doing? Stop her!
Obviously, Tilda's got that relationship with Beta. Beta's told her about her house. Have we actually just lost Val? Hello?
Beta.
Where the hell are we? Well... okay, well that's not exactly how I expected things to go.
Where am I?
Ah, you're awake. You took quite a hit when Gerard attacked you. I imagine you must still be in a great deal of pain. I can assure you that we are safe. The others can't detect us here.
Is this her house we were talking about?
You must be Tilda.
I wasn't sure if Beta would have told you about me.
Where is she?
Alive. And while she isn't where she wants to be, not in urgent danger. We must discuss how to get her back, of course, after you've shaken off the cobwebs. When you're ready, take the stairs down the hall and come see me. In the meantime, I'll make breakfast.
Breakfast? Okay.
Okay, well, Aloy's handling this a lot better than I am. I've got no idea what the hell. Aloy's happy to go for breakfast. What the fuck just happened? On your first playthrough, you literally screamed my lungs out when Eric stabbed Val. Well, I'm not surprised. I was not expecting... You froze, but then when he went one-on-one with Erica, you got the bad feeling already. I thought he did it when he obviously shot and collapsed the building on him. Part of the cauldron. But then when he got back up, obviously I saw the glimmer of the shield. Right. So Val is gone. Right. Obviously you can't tell me if... But that was a stab through the gut. That doesn't even feel real. And it doesn't help that we've been brought to this weird chamber with... You know...
What is this?
We must be in hell.
Just a few favorites from my collection. Rescued and stored here just before I went off-world. Take a look, if you like. I'm curious to hear your impressions.
My impression? Well, this looks very...
Beta and Gaia are gone, and you want me to look at old paintings?
This is true.
Don't be so quick to dismiss the comfort we can find in art. Or the insight we might gain.
Okay, Tilda's got a few screws loose. She's left our focus on. Considering Eric's spear went through his gut and out the other side, yeah. Yeah. Fuck's sake. Art history time. Fantastic. We can actually examine. That's kind of crazy. Wait, can we examine all of these? Just the paintings.
My favorite pairing. On the left is Woman Reading a Letter by Vermeer, a true master. And on the right is a forgery. Woman reading music, which fooled experts into believing it was a priceless original. Early in my career, I became fascinated
What are we doing? Why are we
with
here?
such deceptions. Eventually, I developed scanning software that could detect fakes with unparalleled accuracy.
Is that how you made enough money to buy your way onto the Odyssey?
Aloy's being feisty.
Oh, no. I made my real fortune later.
Right. I'm not the only one that feels like they've been dropped into a weird alternate universe being dropped here, am I? Oh. Well, hold on. We're face this way.
An Endymion. She's the goddess of the moon, whereas he's a simple shepherd. Beside her is the god of love, Cupid.
There's Cupid.
So she's sneaking up on him?
More like visiting him in secret.
Oh, I didn't realize. Okay.
The torch that Cupid bears represents Celine's undying infatuation with him. Though the two must remain apart, her love will forever burn.
Why do you keep the forgery?
Oh, interesting. These go on and on
I've
here.
enjoyed studying the two side by side. Both painters capture light, color, and perspective.
My eyes do not capture colour.
But what makes one a masterpiece and the other simply an imitation?
Thank you, Molly.
The forgery looks sharper.
True.
Good eye. The details are crisp. The contrast bold. It tells us more, and yet we feel less.
Interesting. Okay, so I do feel more in the first painting.
What's in the letter?
Who can say? What does the painting tell you?
She's concerned. Whatever's written in the letter troubles her. A burden she can't put down.
Fascinating.
Is Tilda trying to do some weird psychological tricks on us after we just lost our friend? Right.
Why go through so much effort to make a fake masterpiece?
The forger initially painted under his own name, but found little success. His work was considered unremarkable. But when he took on the guise of Vermeer, suddenly it was celebrated as extraordinary.
But
Interesting.
it was a lie. And he knew it.
Sometimes we struggle to glean what is real and imagined.
I like
even
that this is
within
in
ourselves.
the most basic frame, and this is in a bit more of a, like, you know, an over-the-top one.
The irony of these two is that Vermeer died in obscurity. He had no idea his work would become some of the most precious, most copied, most preserved pieces in all history.
Vermeer, not to be mistaken with Veneers, who become famous off his work on teeth.
And why can't Celine and Endymion be together?
Celine took a vow of chastity, promising to never take a lover. So when she fell in love with Endymion, she could only visit him at night while he slept.
This Endymion has the
Then
name of a
wouldn't she be
Pokemon.
breaking that vow?
Think of it as a forbidden love. Though circumstance keeps them apart, still they find a way to come together, however briefly.
The imposter tries hard to look impressive. Exactamundo.
Aren't Celine and Endymion cold?
That's a fair question.
Perhaps we should move on to another piece.
Well, actually, I think that's a fair question.
Shall we move on?
Tilda? I mean, they're unclothed. I think that's a good question, Aloy, to be fair. That's the sort of question I'd ask. Why? But okay, so there's an unknown Widemore site about 139 steps ahead of us. This looks like me after finding out Val is actually dead.
This is Rembrandt painting Jeremiah, a man in mourning.
Honestly, I wasn't far off the mark, was I?
Mourning what?
His home. The ancient city of Jerusalem. He foresaw its impending doom, but could do nothing to prevent it. So instead, he saved its treasures from destruction, just as I saved these works. You could say we're kindred spirits.
I actually didn't notice a beard at first, Molly.
About Jeremiah. If he knew his home would be destroyed,
Vargas with the smile.
why didn't he save the people? Why save those relics?
He tried, but no one would listen to his warning, so he saved what he could.
But how did he know?
He was a prophet. He saw an army invade and destroy the city in a vision.
You reckon he drank oil
So
like
it's
Bryn?
more like he calculated which side would win a battle.
What matters is that he was right in the end.
I feel
Without
like
him, all those wonders would have been lost forever. At least this way, some part of his world survived.
Aloy and Tilda are not on the same alignment here, and there's going to be a bit of button heads, right? Oh, Freya, no, I appreciate you stopping by. I hope work's going easy, bless you.
You know what I like the most about this piece? Even though he's the sole survivor, his home in ruins, left with only the remnants of his world. The light keeps the shadows at bay.
True, he is illuminated.
Precisely.
See, I would love to say that I could come up with some philosophical thing here. Let me try. The shadow behind him is a warning that the darkness is catching up to him and is always one step behind. Thoughts?
Take as long as you like.
Thoughts, guys? Was that good? Was that good reading of the painting? Molly sees a...
Listen up, you bald fraud!
Right, you... Whatever, Molly. Fine. You see a bold fraud. Profits aren't real, true. Actually true. Wait, you've played that really well. Oh, not me. Okay, right. Before we speak to Tilda, okay, this is giving me Harry Potter. There's not a lot of light in this piece. Other than a bit on the face, a glimmer of hope. Actually, at this angle, it's a lot lighter. Sorry, Molly, I know, I'm so sorry. The page out of June.
A portrait of the painter, Rembrandt's son Titus, depicted
this is
in
Rembrandt's
the habit
son.
of a monk.
I don't get it. Why would someone like you, with infinite resources, care about this painting of a boy in a hood?
It's not the image itself, but the feeling it conveys. The face is bright and defined, but his eyes are downcast, heavy with
Contrasting of emotion.
and the background seems to swallow all light. The painting is infused with a sense of loss.
On the face of it,
I guess I understand how the painting
he seems okay, but behind the face, troubles. Oh! Wait, cool. I would have never even thought to have focused up on them. She's a big fan of the 1600s. Interesting that it shows a remake years as well. That's cool. I wish the machines would be quiet here. Excuse me, Widemores. Cannot scan the statues. Oh! Hold on. The name is Gerard. The name is Gerard. Hold on. Are there more clues in these pictures? Maybe not. This is not the same Gerard that is part of the Zeniths.
Works of art such as these can often cause us to look inwards at our own lives. I'm sorry about your friend. Had I been able to intervene, I would have. But the risk of losing you as well was too great.
Everything went by in a blur.
Yeah, it happened very quickly.
I couldn't get to him.
These Zeniths are ruthless.
Long before holograms and focus recordings, people relied on art to memorialize their loved ones. Because of works like this painting, their lives are immortalized.
Interesting. Kind of like what Beta said about Tilda having Dutch paintings from it. Well, yeah.
Rembrandt had 4 children by his wife. All but Titus died shortly after she gave birth to them.
All I remember about Beta telling
She
us about Tilda
passed
was the
not
paintings in the
long after
house.
that. Titus became the only family Rembrandt had.
Which is why he painted him this way.
I would never...
Then tragedy struck again. Disease claimed Titus at 26. It's almost as if Rembrandt painted the future, closing in on him.
Interesting. Also interesting, I suppose, if Beta's been having these sort of conversations with Tilda, it shows where she's developed that kind of emotional mindset of, you know, a bit overthinking every situation.
Rembrandt actually painted several portraits of
Emotional
Titus,
decision making.
but this one has always been my favorite. It's honest.
What do you mean?
In others, Titus was portrayed in brighter, livelier states.
This was the
but
reality.
Here, Rembrandt allows himself to express his true feelings. Sorrow, fear, hope, love. Laid bare on canvas for all time.
Beta mentioned she wasn't very interested in painting. She preferred the media portal and the TV shows it had. Makes sense. If we're speaking about portraits that lay bare, I feel like this one should be your favourite over that, Tilda, to be honest. A bit more bare.
I see this one resonates deeply with you.
It actually... Well, I just wanted more from it. This is the sort of painting I would never have in my house. I do apologise. Whoa. There's a lot going on here. Their eyes are popping out of all their heads, so I don't know what kind of drugs they're on. She's definitely, yeah, Gem Beta, clever
Rembrandt's
virus.
The Night Watch, by far the most famous painting my homeland ever produced. It was commissioned to honor a militia made up of influential citizens.
I guess you must have been an influential citizen.
In my day. But not as influential as you've been in this new world.
God damn, she called Aloy an influential citizen. Have some of that.
The militia. They look disorganized.
Where others painted such scenes in a stiff and stationary manner, Rembrandt chose to show them in action, preparing to march. He wanted them to feel alive. You can almost hear the commotion.
I don't trust this guy up here. Hold on, I'll put my focus on him. This guy looks like he's devious. She looks like she's telling, Dad, don't go. I'm very bad at interpreting paintings, I
Who's the
can't
girl
lie.
in the painting?
She's a strange one, isn't she? Bathed in light, though
She
no
stands
one's
out
paying attention to her.
massively.
Many believe she's a symbol of the militia. A physical manifestation of their spirit, if you will.
But she's not real?
What's real in a painting? She's meant to represent the militia's virtue and victory. But I like to think they underestimate her. She looks as if she's seen something.
She looks as if
What
she's
does she
seen a
know?
ghost and is a ghost.
What secrets does she keep?
So all these men are actually little girls. Well, because they're not real, I guess so. What I'm seeing is that this guy here was singing a song and they all wanted him to get out of their place, so they were all kicking him out. You sing really badly, get out.
There's so much detail to take in, isn't there?
I'm not a fan of this painting, to be honest. Militia of trans women, perhaps. Now this is a painting I can get behind. Look at this. The light shining down on the ship as the waves crash against it. The stormy skies up above. This just oozes adventure. Willem van der Velde, known as the Gust. Fitting.
The Gust. By Willem van der Velde, the most famous of his many maritime paintings.
I was not ready for art class there, I can't lie.
I guess you're familiar with that.
Indeed, which is why I appreciate this composition
It's
in particular.
a metaphor for a
The
vessel
waves and wind threaten to destroy the ship.
traversing through time.
It perseveres. clinging
life
to
and
the
death.
light even as darkness closes in all around it.
Where is the ship going?
To a faraway land, most likely. My ancestors used ships like these to explore the world, sometimes at great cost.
What were they looking for?
This is very factual.
Anything of value. They were traders willing to face unknown dangers to make their fortunes. But no matter how far they went, they always turned their sails home.
Tilda's being a bit more like straight to the point with this one. Not trying to go too deep into it. Love a delivery here. Wonder if any of the Quen back in the Great Delta painted a painting of the Eastern Expedition setting off like this. Now that'd be cool. That'd be cool. The most artistic tribe we've seen so far is the Banuk, right?
So this Von de Velde only painted ships?
It was his specialty. Following in the footsteps of his father, Willem the Elder. The two had quite a journey of their own, taking them all the way to the court of a foreign kingdom.
Did they ever come home?
No, but eventually their lives work did. Take your time.
I love how the take the time so funny. Sorry, Tilda, I'm spending too long. Is that our last painting? Well, this is such a contrast to a lot of what we've seen so far. Who is this guy? Oh my goodness.
She's pulling out her own hair.
Oh, sorry.
Out of madness, out of grief. It's hard to watch her suffer.
Oh my goodness.
I should move on.
Yeah, we've seen enough of that statue. I was not expecting to see the whole cheeks as we go out. Now, I've seen this in Aladdin. This is, you rub it 3 times, you get a wish.
Stunning, isn't it? Paintings were the only masterpieces of my people's golden age. This is Von Vianen's leaded ewer, molded from a single sheet of silver.
What was it for?
How like Elizabeth you are. Function over form.
Elizabeth mentioned
its
how they...
practical purpose was less important than its meaning. Von Vianen created it in honor of his late brother, who himself was a famous silversmith.
A memorial.
Yes. Such beauty from sorrow.
That's legit, yeah. There's a lot of
This ewer
learning about
memorial.
art here. My goodness.
How did you end up with it?
Good
As
question.
the Pharaoh swarm closed in, my homeland's greatest museum gave it to me, along with many other works,
She was really a
in the
person
hope
of
that I
influence.
could preserve them. A masterpiece like this was too important to lose to history. I even considered bringing it with me off-world to ensure its safety.
They must have brought the best of the
didn't
best
you?
then.
I took a calculated risk. This vault seemed more secure than the unknowns of space. Besides, I thought someday I might return. A long life, after all, has its advantages.
It is actually wild how long
Now,
they've been
lo and
alive
behold,
for.
Here I am.
Surely their brains are bored of it at this point.
Exquisite, isn't it?
It is. Thank you so much, Tilda. Okay, another distressing statue here.
A
By the looks of
weight
it.
on his shoulders. I know the feeling.
And very literal.
I should move on.
Okay, just a lot of weight on his shoulders. Well, if it's done anything, it's completely distracted me from the fact that we've lost Val. So, if that was what Tilda was trying to do, mission accomplished. I do wonder realistically what living for so long would do to us mentally. I think it would drive us insane. I don't see a world that it doesn't do that. Right. Tilda, you got some goodies back here that you're preserving. What are they? Oh, wow. Now, this is a sort of statue I would have liked to look at. Four-legged creature. Can we get in here? Yeah, I guess we go finally have breakfast. The breakfast's definitely gone cold now. We did all that in a dark room as well. Jesus. Just trapped in a vault with the lights off. Okay, Tilda, what's going on?
There you are. Feeling better?
How did you find us? At the cauldron? And what did you do to everyone right before I passed out?
All business, I see. Well, suffice it to say we were keeping a very close eye on Hephaestus, knowing we would need it at some point. Your ruse didn't fool us, and as for my little trick...
I knew the ruse would work.
It was an overload of the senses, accompanied by an energy discharge. Gerard and Eric were only momentarily disoriented due to their shields, but it rendered you unconscious while I got you out. Perhaps some breakfast might steady you a bit?
Thank you, Freya. Appreciate you. Good luck with the meetings. Okay, we got an apple. It's something.
This was your house. The one you recreated for Beta, in the data channel you shared.
How perceptive of you. Please, this way.
Gotta have some tea.
After everything
I see banana.
people have done, you think I'm just gonna
And carbs.
sit down and have a chat with you?
They're not my people. They never were, and especially not now.
You shot off into space with them. And lived
Some
with them for
onions.
1,000 years before coming back.
See some bread there.
So what made you suddenly turn on them?
Quite simply, this.
Oh.
I lost focus. You repaired it? But that means you've seen.
Incredible things.
She's seen the most.
What you've accomplished in 2 decades of life.
Wow.
1,000 years at my back and I haven't even come close. I'm sorry if I invaded your privacy, but I had to. In order to understand. To be enlightened.
Someone that's enlightened, you should probably be more
You truly are Elizabeth's blood.
aware of how Val's death is
Drive,
impacting
her sense
Aloy.
of mission, her integrity.
Right. Her love for people, perhaps, as
Watching
well.
all this shamed me for the company that I've kept. Having seen it, all I want is to help you.
Even if it means stopping your friends?
Especially so. Please, sit down.
We are probably starving, Aloy, to be fair.
There. That's better. Now, we must recover Beta and Gaia at all costs. By now, you must know that Gerard intends to use Gaia to reboot the Earth's biosphere. Remaking this world to specifications that would only suit us immortals. This process will kill every living thing on the planet.
Oh, what fantastic news.
He calls it a clean install.
Not if I stop him first.
Not if we do. And once he and the others are gone, we can work together to fulfill Elizabeth's dream. I'm sure Beta told you that there's a build of the Apollo database on board our ship.
Mm-hmm.
A complete collection of human knowledge. With that and Gaia, we could do everything Elizabeth wanted. Heal the biosphere, educate the people of this world, uplift them. Create the world she imagined.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. From what I've seen, your friends are invincible.
She is far too optimistic
I
at
wish
this
you would
point.
stop calling them my friends. And they're not invincible. In fact, a friend of yours has found a way to defeat them.
Silence.
Oh, he's been a busy bee, building an army powerful enough to crash through Gerard's precious base.
Yeah. Regala and her rebels.
Even now, she's preparing a final march on the Tanakh capital.
How is Silence always so
When
far
she
ahead?
wins, she'll have the entire tribe under her control. Hundreds of warriors and machines to throw at the base. She's been duped. They'll all perish, of course. But it should be enough to break Gerard's defenses and allow Silence to kill him. Along with all the others.
Using the new weapon he's developed.
Silence
Yes, he's
is
found a way to circumvent our
freakishly
shields.
genius.
Truly an exceptional man. He's planned for everything. Except you and me.
I'm not sure he hasn't planned for us, to be honest,
You see,
Tilda.
while his army is battering down Gerard's doors, you and I will sneak in through a back way. One that only I know about.
Okay, well
While
that's okay.
Silence and my friends are busy battling each other. We'll take back Beta and Gaia.
Night, Vargas. Appreciate you,
I
man.
want to help you. I mean it.
Have a lovely sleep. Appreciate you. Just like my mind. I knew Silence was up to something. I could never have imagined it would be to do with the Zeniths themselves. Yeah, let's hope none of the Zeniths in the base look over here to see us having an apple. Jesus. I never would have thought Silence was organising. I mean, we should have expected it because they've got Apollo, and Silence, personal knowledge, as we're well aware, is like just insatiable. Yeah, this is true, Molly. We did see it, didn't we? Just before we got Beta. I wish I could know that Eren, Katalo, and Zoe are all good. You know, the rest of our team. And Alva, of course. Right. I don't even know where to start.
Old focus. How did you find it, let alone repair it?
When we encountered you at the Hades Proving Lab, Gerard saw you as a redundancy. I knew better. You were a revelation. After your dramatic escape, bravo, by the way,
Thank you, we almost died.
Gerard and Eric assumed you were dead and gave up the hunt. I wasn't so sure. When the others were busy, I returned to the lab and searched for any trace of you. That's when I found this little treasure. Not easy to repair, but certainly worth the effort. As I watched your life unfold, you were like a splash of color on a worn canvas. What Liz was, and more.
Did you show it to the others?
Of course not. It
was gonna say.
your actions that inspired me to defy them.
That's a bit of a
It's
silly
worth
question,
noting
Aloy.
that if I hadn't found it and watched its contents, I wouldn't have known to save you at the cauldron. You'd be dead,
So I should be grateful.
if you like.
What an intriguing woman. Yeah, we're just forever having breakfast. I've got to ask about... Oh my god. Okay, let's ask about her before we ask about... Let's try build a connection here before we ask about Silence and Beta and...
So you know all about me. What about you?
What would you like to know?
Well,
Did she watch our life on Fast Forward?
start with your life on Earth.
When I was 8, terrorists flooded my home city. Thousands drowned, my parents included. I was one of the few who survived. My guardian sent me to boarding school. Among my peers, I was the strange girl, the orphan to be avoided. All because of circumstances beyond my control.
Incredible she remembers this far back.
Oh. So we're a lot alike, huh?
Aren't we? You were an outcast. But you didn't let that stop you from getting what you needed. Neither did I. I climbed my way out of desolation and used my wits to build a fortune. First, from the technical analysis of art and the detection of forgeries. Profitable expertise in those days. But as it turned out, the software I developed was even more useful for counterintelligence. From there, it was only a short step to gathering extremely valuable intelligence on my own.
You were a spy?
True, Molly, true.
More like a service one could turn to for information.
A spy.
I had to remain anonymous, of course, to protect my privacy.
She was a source.
But despite that anonymity, Far Zenith inevitably sought me out.
Right. I don't think I like this thing that a lot of the smarter characters are doing. I think Silence has done it in Now Tilda, where they there's a word for what they do, but it's building familiarity with like, oh yeah, your struggles, I had them too. And it's used to like build a connection with people. You know, to make that sense of familiarity mean they're more open to. I don't like it. Even if it's being honest, I don't know. It's giving me weird vibes.
What happened when Far Zenith approached you?
They painted an irresistible vision of humanity's future. One where we need not fear illness or death, where we explored the furthest reaches of the stars and thrived. It was only later that I realized that they only intended to bequeath this future to the rich and powerful. By the time I finally figured it out, the walls were closing in, Pharaoh's machines were devouring the Earth. So I accepted Far Zenith's invitation to a berth on the Odyssey. I wanted Liz to come, but she had nobler plans, as you well know.
Yeah. I mean, with Aloy and Beta, Beta still about, Liz is still, her plan's still worth it at this point in time. It is the kind of thing people instinctively do. You are correct. I don't like it. I'm well aware of your psychological
So you didn't
actions.
know
I'm not a
Zenith were
fan.
monsters until it was too late?
I knew some of them were. Certainly.
I was going to say, because you're a smart cookie. Come on now.
It wasn't until we were off planet that I understood the true scope of their greed. I was grateful to simply be alive, but the others became obsessed with a kind of effortless immortality. They built a colony where machines serviced their every need, where any memory or fantasy could be endlessly savored in virtual reality. It wasn't life. It was stultifying, a pampered dream state. As the decades passed, I withdrew more and more, alone yet again, but this time with eons to consider my mistakes. Now finally,
How are you not
having met
insane?
you, I feel like I have a second chance.
Talk about winning the
To
lottery,
do
hey?
what?
Help you, of course.
You find it
To
interesting that...
fulfill Liz's dream, which isn't so different from Far Zenith's original vision. A better future for humanity.
I think that makes sense, Molly. You know, Aloy learnt as Elizabeth. Same as Silence, right? It'd be weird for them to have not known in a personal sense, start referring to her as Liz.
You said Beta is not in urgent danger, so what are the Zeniths doing to her?
Yeah, and how are you aware, by
Putting
the
her
way?
to work. Merging Hephaestus with Gaia. A difficult, time-consuming task, as I'm sure you know.
Jesus
They
Christ.
will compel her if need be. But her life is not in danger. She's the only one who can do it.
Because you people made her to be nothing but a tool.
We keep
Gerard's
calling her
idea,
you.
not mine.
People. She's not one of them. Aloy,
They always
supposedly.
viewed me with suspicion when I attempted any form of kindness towards her. That's why I created the data channel. A virtual place where we could speak in peace.
So this channel you shared with Beta, none of the other Zeniths ever found out about it.
Gerard believes he's the most cunning of all of us. Even after 1,000 years, he still can't imagine that I would outwit him. The channel allowed me to interact with Beta away from their mistrustful eyes. It offered us a chance to be ourselves.
Until you cut off all
Right.
contact.
Yes, though it pained me. I was worried that our meetings would do her more harm than good.
Well, she felt like you tossed her aside.
I was afraid the others would find out and punish her. She may not have had the comforts of friendship anymore, but at least I ensured she was safe.
My head
I
hurts.
know it seems harsh, but you must believe that her well-being has
Hmm.
always been paramount to me.
Right. What's bugging me here is there's a game of 4D chess going on, I feel like. Tilda's obviously smart. What's she trying to use us for, potentially? Or is she just being genuine for a change? Because we're getting built to not be accustomed to genuine people. They seem to die. Silence thinks he's a 4D chess player. And has, on several occasions, used Aloy to get further ahead. And this Gerard thinks he's cunning. Like, who's out playing who here? I've got a feeling Gerard did know about the data channel place. Yeah, no, of course, Molly. I don't know what's going on.
Why did you make the data channel look like this place?
I built this house as a shelter to weather any storm. A safe place.
Silence word, yes.
Not just for me, but for the art stored below. Cultural artifacts of incalculable value. Truly some of the greatest achievements of human civilization.
And you wanted Beta to see them?
Yes. Her upbringing was so cold and technical. I thought if she could experience Vermeer and Rembrandt, it would bring something else into her life. A
They're not-
heritage every bit as valuable as the scientific and technical data being drummed into her. I'm sorry I had to cut off contact, but I'll never regret sharing this house with her.
I mean,
She needed its shelter even more than I did.
fair. The paintings you showed her, though, are not the most uplifting paintings, considering why you brought her here.
Beta told me your colony was destroyed. That you came back to Earth because you had nowhere else to go.
It's true.
Oh.
After we reached our destination, a planet in the Sirius star system, we spent decades building a new home. The physical constraints of Earth, the boundaries of mortality, gone. To think of what we could have done with it.
So what happened?
It might have been a utopia. Instead, we stagnated, absorbed in effortless comforts and virtual realities. It took a cataclysm to finally yank us out of our stupor.
What happened?
A massive geological event. We knew of instabilities in the planet core, but we underestimated them. By the time the collapse was upon us, it was too late to stop it. Only a few of us made it to the ship in time.
Damn.
We set course for Earth, the only safe harbor left to us.
Can we get an idea of how
Which
many
you
are still
decided
left?
to make unsafe for anyone else.
Not me. Gerard. He believes it's better to wipe the canvas clean than work around the smudges. No more primitive tribes, no more combat machines, only a blank slate to do with as he pleases. But we will stop him. All we have to do is get into that base.
I wish it was so simple. God damn it. Right. What about the base then? Come
What
on.
exactly is your plan to sneak into the Zenith
There's a
base?
back entrance that only she knows about,
We will
supposedly.
make use of a lesson I learned from an early age. Always know your exits.
Mm-hmm.
In this case, a place where Gerard's new construction meets the ancient foundation. A passage that only I can access. When Silence flings his army at the base, we will
Why can
enter
only
through
Tilda
his back
access it?
door, bypassing most of the fighting. The distraction will provide us with a window in which to rescue Beta and Gaia.
Why are there onions on the table? Sounds like a mass extinction event that happened here millions of years ago, where volcanoes become viciously erupting all over the planet, effectively destroying basically everything alive. Exactly, no. No, I figured it was something core, magma core, lava comes up, woo, everyone dies. I'd love to know how many of them there are.
Once we're inside the base, where will we find Beta and Gaia?
Here in the command center,
Right.
by then Gaia will have been reunited with all of its subordinate functions, including Hephaestus.
What about the alpha build of Apollo on your ship?
A simple matter of recovery once the others have been dealt with. With that in hand, we'll have everything we need to make this world as it should be.
How do you know about Silence's plan?
Yeah, that's intriguing.
He isn't the only one adept at spyware.
You hacked his focus?
No, he's too careful for that. But his subordinates? Not so much. He gave additional focuses to the tribals he branded the Sons of Prometheus.
The ones working with Regala.
By tapping their focuses, I learned about most of his techniques. The distribution of overall
Oh, Trashcan
technology,
Jones, thank you so much for the
armament
raid.
to knock
Jesus.
rebels, and the secret pact with Regala to attack Gerard's base.
How was your stream, man?
But how did he come up with a weapon that can take down your shields?
Yeah, that is wild thinking by
That's the
Silence.
one thing I haven't been able to figure out, but however he did it, I'm quite certain it will work. With it in the Tenakth army, victory seems to be within his grasp. Such a shame he'll be disappointed.
Are you sure Silence isn't working with someone on the inside, Tilda? Because how has he made that weapon? I feel like you're overlooking that, and that's going to be where Silence pulls out the card. Aha! Got you again, stupid. It's garbage there. I loved that. Pansude is welcome in. Stream was great. Got a few plats. Let's go, man. What were you playing? What were you playing? I can't lie. I finished work and I got straight in here, so I didn't actually see. I know Molly was live. You must have gone live around the same time I went live, I imagine. My God. Well, so far this stream, I don't know if you've played Horizon, but we've lost a massive friend of ours. And we've been dragged to look at art by Tilda. And me not being an art guy, I've been trying to, you know, give my perception of these paintings, my perspective of what's going on. I'm probably doing an awful job. And everyone's playing chess around me, and I feel like I am very much playing checkers. Time Spitters too. Ah, nice, man. So my brain is trying to work overtime here to try stay somewhat in the loop, but I feel like I'm letting Aelor down. So
Regala's only interested in killing Hikaru.
But I'm
and
trying.
waging war on the Karja. What does she have to gain by attacking Zenith?
It's the price she must pay for her war. Without the ability to override machines, her little rebellion would have languished in the desert.
So she trades with the Sons of Prometheus. Machines to help her overthrow Hikaru.
In
Silence is
exchange
so
for an
good at
assault on the base.
playing people off their emotions.
Pride
Jesus.
has deluded her into thinking she can actually survive such a battle. And all without ever knowing who the Sons of Prometheus really answer to.
That's crazy.
Yet for all of Silence's brilliance, still he underestimates you. That blind spot is what will allow us to take Beta and Gaia right out from under him.
While
He does-
hundreds of Tenakth are cut down outside.
Yeah, that's not nice. She has not seen any Sun Dendrix. You're right. She's actually competing with me for most pale human on Earth in this point in time. You don't think Regala needed much manipulating? No, Regala wants what she wants, right? And any way she can get that, she's gonna comply. So that's a easy thing. It is wild. I'm worried that Tilda thinks we're a blind spot and we're not a blind spot, and she's in Silence blind spot. I just don't want him to get another one-up on me, to be honest.
So you knew
Like the RPG aura too.
Elizabeth. What was
I was
she?
gonna say, hey, my colorblind is trash can. Red, blue, green
Everything
works.
she was, I see in you. And more. Your ingenuity, your determination,
She called us
your
ingenuous.
moral compass.
Oh dear.
You've managed to distill her greatest qualities and make them your own.
I'm not asking about me. Tell me about Elizabeth. What was she really like?
Now this is a question that Aloy would
The
ask for
honest
sure.
answer is that I don't actually know. For all the time that I spent with her, she always kept a part of herself locked away. It was like that from the moment we met.
That tells me that Elizabeth did not trust Tilda. Maybe that's because of how she was with information. But that's concerning. She has got the PS5 aesthetic going. This is true. I wonder if they actually made that with a thought being that it obviously was going on the PS5. It has to be, right? We saw the Quen with the Wi-Fi symbol on them.
So when you met Elizabeth, she was what? Distant? Aloof?
Not aloof. Not exactly. It was a summit in Paris about machine learning. A touchy subject in those days. Because regulatory authorities were just starting to clamp down on AIs.
Right.
Liz gave the keynote address. She had already achieved great renown for her work in automated environmental reclamation. But in her address, she was just starting to imagine the next step. An AI-driven system that wouldn't just act on its programming, but actually take responsibility for its sphere of influence.
I mean, we
care
see
about
this
life.
in Gaia
Just
tenfold,
follow orders.
of course.
Revolutionary stuff.
You can't see it unsee it now, the
I was
PS5 design.
fascinated. And I
Kinda
wanted
goes
to
hard.
meet her for a long time. I watched her after her talk. She had spoken with such moral authority, such empathy. But after that, she retreated. I could tell she felt uncomfortable with all of her admirers. It was as if giving the talk had cost her something.
I wonder where Aloy gets it
I
from.
didn't want to be a pest, so I planned my approach carefully.
Interesting.
So how did you finally approach Elizabeth after her talk?
I picked the right moment. The morning of the next day, right as she came back to the conference, she had just had her coffee. She was fresh, rested. It was like she had braced
Sounds like you
herself
stalked
for
her.
the onslaught of colleagues. I asked if I could walk with her, then put forth a question about her talk that I thought was intelligent. Her answer made me realize it wasn't, but she was very welcoming. Almost as if we were previously acquainted.
I mean, she was fantastic
It
with
was only
people,
halfway
so...
through the conversation that I realized she knew exactly who I was. It was quite a shock to me. My business was trafficking in secrets, and I took great pains to protect my anonymity. So that was Liz, perpetually one step ahead. I came to view our meeting as a metaphor for our friendship.
Right.
She always seemed to know me far better than I knew her.
Was that by design?
The feeling.
This game has ruined my ability to trust these characters. Why did Elizabeth not open fully with... I mean, actually, it might just be a running theme. You'd be very suspicious if you had taken lots of measures to protect my anonymity and then I approach someone and they know exactly who I am. Yeah, well, there's levels to who knows what in the world, right? This has been a very intriguing conversation. There must be another way. I'm assuming it's in reference to not getting the entirety of the Tanakh killed.
First Varl. Now Hikaru and the Tanakh. Your plan would wipe out an entire tribe. There has to be another way.
We are in an admittedly desperate situation, but I assure you there isn't. Remember Zero Dawn. Elizabeth's sacrifice. Sometimes many have to die for a new world to grow.
Right.
If it looks impossible, look deeper. Wait. The data channel. It still exists, doesn't it? I
Are
need you to
you
open it.
saying
Let me talk to Beta.
we can talk to Beta as easy as that?
Impossible. We might be detected.
It's worth the risk. There is another way, one where the Tanakh survive.
But we won't. If the others...
If you want to help, open it.
God damn, Aloy. You have no choice here, Tilda. She's realised that immediately. I mean, you never know, Molly, to be fair. Right. Oh god. She doesn't look in a good way.
What are they doing to her?
Virtual reality dissociation. The manual merge of Hephaestus will take hours upon hours of tedious micromanagement. If she resists the work, they run simulations to induce feelings of isolation. and
God,
despair.
little monsters. What the hell?
Beta, can you hear me?
You're alive.
Oh, okay.
Watching me. I can't hold up this extra projection for long.
She's so clever. I know.
No. No, look at me. I'm coming for you. I promise. Okay? I just need you to hold out a little while longer and work on the merge.
Whispers, interesting.
Then I think it can be done.
I'll contact again when it's time. Can you hold on?
As long as I know you're coming for me, I can endure anything.
Let's go, Beta. What a girl. Oh, bless her. That Whispers is an interesting little point. That was put in there on purpose. Did we want Tilda to be unaware of what that was?
All right. I did as you asked. Now I think you need to tell me what you're planning.
I'm going to take Silent's army away. I don't need it. Only the weapon he made to penetrate your shields.
And how do you propose to get it? Ask him nicely?
Without Regala and her rebels, he won't have a choice. We'll be his only option.
Only option for what? What did you tell her?
That is between me and my sister.
Wow, she called her
Will be
sister.
Silent's only option for crashing that base. I'll tell you the rest later.
Amazing.
But first, there are a couple of things I have to do.
Oh. And what are those?
Lay my friend to rest. And then I'm going to use the override that Beta gave me at Gemini to put an end to Regala's rebellion. From the air.
Huh?
Wait.
Why was there a
Since
little
you
frog
insist
there?
on
What happened
doing
there?
things your way, I know of something that will truly help you make a grand entrance with the Tenat.
What the hell is that?
The ancient Horus Titans still possess electromagnetic energy cells as part of their arsenal. Drop one of those on Regala's army and they'll receive quite a surprise. So go, do what you must. I'll come to your base if you manage to bring Silence to the table.
Okay, Tilda's going to be waiting at the base.
Not if. When.
Damn straight, Aloy. Tell her.
Erend,
What the
are you
just
there?
happened?
Aloy! Aloy, is that really you?
Yeah, it's me. Where's everyone else?
We're all... we're back at base.
They all
What
made it
happened?
back.
It might be easier to explain in person. I'll try to join you there when I can.
Okay. We'll wait here for you. It's good to hear your voice, Aloy.
Jesus.
Just
Well,
to
did
let
he?
you know, I'm now patched into your focus network.
Hi, Tilda.
Great. I take it the other Zeniths can't hear us?
Of course not. And they don't know about your base either, in case you were wondering.
Thank
I've
goodness.
sent you data on the Horus energy cells you can use against Regala's forces. Reach out to me when you're ready to acquire one.
Understood.
Thank you, Molly. Right. Horus energy cells. Aloy. Okay, this is from Tilda, obviously. All Horus combat platforms included EMP cells as part of their arsenals. Acquiring and deploying one shouldn't be difficult, but we'll get to that in a moment. The bigger issue is activation. Barring extraordinary circumstances such as interference from Hades, as you experienced last year, all Horus munitions are inert, deactivated by Minerva's decryption regime during the 21st and 22nd centuries. To render these EMPs operational, we will have to skirt those efforts. I've devised a way to do so without causing unwanted repercussions, a bespoke code signal that should enable all and only such devices in the vicinity. I transferred it to your focus. All you have to do now is send it out. A Zero Dawn communications relay should do the trick. I believe you refer to them as Tornex, giraffes I do. I've chosen one for you that is centrally located, now marked in your HUD. Simply override it as you would normally, and my signal will automatically transmit. Every EMP on every Horus within a 500km radius should come online. Onto acquisition and deployment. Horus units manufactured EMPs in their fabrication bays, then subsequently loaded them onto their multi-purpose appendages for tentacles, if you like. Because the cells were designed to be detachable, enabling them to be fired or thrown at enemy forces, their fittings should be quite light. Oh, cool. The only way to attain them will be through the air, but it sounds like you already have that covered. So I'm assuming we're going to learn how to fly here at Gemini. When you reach one, it should come loose with a hardy yank, rust or corrosion notwithstanding. There is no need to prime the cell as they are designed to trigger on impact. Ooh. Once you have one, all you need to do is drop it in the target area. I'm sure Regala and the minions will enjoy the experience. All the best, Tilda. So much has happened today. Holy shit. What the hell is going on? This game's crazy. I'm emotionally exhausted at a point. This has been something else. No, I appreciate it. Cyber attack by far-right anti-migrant group Purity Action Europe reversed key instructions to the city's new storm surge barriers, rendering them fully open during a massive extratropical cyclone. This is exactly what Tilda was on about the terrorist attack. The resulting flood cascaded through the city in a matter of minutes, effectively wiping it from the face of the earth. That is mental. So Tilda's from Rotterdam. I was one of the lucky ones, recalls survivor Tilda van der Meer, who was 8 at the time of the attack. My family was wealthy. We had a watertight vault for some of our most precious belongings. My father locked me inside when he went to look for my mother, so I waited there in silence as the waters rose, praying every moment that my parents would return. They never did. As horrible as that sounds, Tilda was lucky indeed. In addition to her parents, the flood killed more than 100,000 people, including approximately 40,000 climate refugees. Jesus Christ. That's crazy that they could have done that kind of attack. Right.
Guess it's not gonna hurt it much.
I don't want to miss the goodies in here. I'm also blissfully unaware of how to get them. I'm going to try drop down here and just hope it's not a bad idea. What is that? We got more data points. Interesting. Sterling Malkeet YCITT Enigma. All the makings of the next big thing. A much ballyhooed acquisition from an art historian turned technologist. Why can't I say that? Technologist. There we go. No less. A bleeding edge science and a great narrative to boot. I need to start reading again. The application was called YCITT after Young Christ in the Temple, a well-known Vermeer forgery. By creating perfect holographic scans of individual layers of the painting and comparing them to a vast library of artistic works, it was able to identify fakes with an unprecedented level of accuracy. We're just getting all the Tilda lore. But it was clear to Sterling executives that the program's ability to match and identify patterns had broad applications outside of the art world, as a tool for security, counter-surveillance, or digital authentication. It could prove just as revolutionary as it had in its intended role, which is why they were willing to sign a 9-figure agreement for it, blasting news of the deal to every outlet of the tech media. So that's where she got a fortune then. 2 years later, the project collapsed in a chaotic jumble of lawsuits, recriminations, and accusations of sabotage. So what went wrong? Who was responsible? And most importantly, what happened to the underlying technology, which by all accounts was far more powerful than the vaporware label applied by disgraced executives? Interesting. Aha! Hide from me, how dare you? Took slightly longer than it should have done. I do apologise. All that for berries, let's fucking go. It was so worth it. Honestly, thank God we did that. I'm glad they're all safe. Okay. God, they don't look happy already.
When you're wounded, you have to strike back. Draw blood.
Hey! Can't I get one damn minute to mourn my friend?
Regala is going to slaughter my tribe to overthrow Hikaru. The Zeniths have Beta and Gaia.
Oh dear.
We can't sit around wallowing in our losses.
Kotallo's right. We must fight.
Oh, all right. So what are we gonna do, huh? Take on all of Regala's rebels?
Not to mention the Zeniths. What can we even do? Throw ourselves at their base?
Okay, we got a 2v2 going on here.
Something like that.
Hi, team.
So,
I'm glad we went to Zoe first. Give her a hug, Aloy. Poor thing.
After we lost contact with you, we regrouped and went to Gemini. What happened? The recording we found on Varl's focus cut off when that Zenith Eric...
Oh
the
my
Zeniths were
God.
tracking Hephaestus. When Gaia trapped it in Gemini, they knew where we were. After Varl tried to stop them. They took Beta and Gaia. I only survived because one of the Zeniths turned against the others to save me.
One of them? Well... at least we didn't lose you too. So what do we do now?
We're going to defeat the Zeniths. And get Beta and Gaia back. But first, we're going to stop Regala.
How?
Back in Gemini, Beta gave me a gift. There's something I need to do first to make it work, but it could put an end to the bloodshed.
Gonna fly
Word
some way.
is, Regala's readying her army for an all-out assault on the Grove. I need to be there.
I know. Go.
Oh no. Can we
Stand
not?
with Hikaru. And keep an eye on the sky.
Strike true as the 10.
Stay safe, Kotallo.
The rest of you, whatever preparations you need to make, upgrades, resupplies, get on it. It won't be long before we take the fight to the Zeniths.
We'll be ready, Aloy.
Damn.
And when you're ready, meet me outside the east exit.
It's very poetic
I'd love
that
to have a word in private.
that's so fine.
Even when things are darkest, you're the flame that lights the way forward.
Just tell me one thing. Am I gonna get to smash up a bunch of Zenith bastards?
We all are.
Good.
Before I do anything else, I should check on Zoe. It sounded important.
So I was gonna say it's very poetic that we are gonna be flying over the Tanat with the wings of the 10. So it is funny that the quest is the wings of the 10. Obviously that's very, it's not funny. Clever.
If the Banuth can survive freezing, so can I.
Over here, Aloy.
Very good shout, Molly. It is, isn't it?
We would come out here to tend to the garden.
He didn't have a sea pouch, did he?
Sometimes I needed fresh air. Other times we would simply sit and watch the sunrise. So when we returned from Gemini, it seemed fitting that he be laid to rest here. Now he can always look out at Plain Song and further east to the Nora Sacred Lands.
He would have liked that.
He often spoke of his sister, Bala,
Oh god, we need to tell his mother.
He said she used to gather
Don't
her
know.
favorite golden blooms and tie them to her spear. Their mother called it useless, but Bala was stubborn.
Yeah, she seemed like that.
It wasn't easy. But I tracked down the flower. Gathered its seeds. As verdant limbs wither, roots rot in snow,
Oh god, you can hear how broken her voice is.
till the sea rises as certain as stone. From death follows new life. So it is with the land. And so it is with us. I'm with child, Aloy. I was going to tell him when he got back from Gemini.
Oh my god.
Instead, one day, I'll bring our child here. We'll sit among the blooms and watch the sunrise.
Wow.
I never got to tell him. To thank him. For saving my life, sure, but also for not giving up on me.
We're gonna beat Auntie Aloy.
He always knew.
That's good.
Goodbye,
God damn.
friend. I promise to look after them. I'll try to visit again when I can. But for now, I need to go to the fabrication terminal to install the new override on my spear. Then I'll use it on a sunwing and get ready for an entrance Regala will never forget.
Jesus Christ.